Welcome, all you lovely people, to your weekly energy update, and we're looking at the week of June 5th through June 12th. These are timeless, of course, so no matter when you're coming across these, they will have messages for you. I would trust your intuition if it brought you here. There are definitely messages for you. Now, we are just entering the Saturn Retrograde, which started on June 4th, and Saturn is going to be in Aquarius for this entire period starting June 4th going through October 23rd. Now, Saturn was the original traditional ruler over Aquarius before Uranus was discovered, so they do have this kind of old bond between them, so there's some extra juiciness and flavor that will be with Saturn coming through this period. You can kind of look at Saturn as like this strict grandfather who teaches us their wisdom, and when we do the work for them and do the work that they present to us, then they also reward us with, inheritance, right? So they are this taskmaster in a way, and so we just will look into where are they wanting us to do some work. And because this period of time from June 4th all the way through October 23rd, it will be in Aquarius in retrograde. It will be in our 11th house of Aquarius energy. So the classroom that we're going to be in, revisiting our beliefs, because that's what Saturn does. It has us challenge how we think about a particular area of our life. So the 11th house is about like our beliefs, our interactions with society, groups of friends or colleagues or whatever groups we're a part of. And it can be like our view of the entire world as well. So during this retrograde, Saturn is always having us do the work, but during the retrograde is kind of like our time to review our notes we've been taking as we're going through a classroom. We reflect on what we've learned and really what changes we want to introduce into our lives when Saturn goes direct on October 23rd. So, Saturn goes into retrograde every single year for about a third of the year. So this isn't something new and surprising for us. It's just something that will unfold for us. So for this reading, what we're going to be looking at is what would be in our highest experience to review during this Saturn retrograde. And I'm going to have a reading for each individual zodiac sign. I'm going to jump into yours right now. All right, on my Geminis, this is your weekly energy update, and we're going to start off with these archetype cards. And side note, any of the cards I use in a reading, I do list in the description box below. And these are perfect cards for, looking into what area of our lives Spirit recommends us to review during the Saturn retrograde, because the archetype talks about like different parts of our personality or our lives. So this will guide us in the direction that Spirit recommends. So one more time here, and we'll see what they'd like you to know. All right, so for our Geminis, what advice do you have them on where they could review? Okay, you do have two. So we'll put those like this. And then we're going to pull a card here from the Power of Surrender to see what else they would like to add to these. All right, so for our Gemini, okay, nothing there. Okay, they do want you to. Well, that makes sense. Gemini, right? 2 and 2, two sides of the twins. All right. Just try to adjust this light a little bit here. There we go. And then we will also pull from the Sun and Moon Tarot to get clarification around these as well. All right, so for our Geminis, let's see, I kind of have this centered a little bit. What else would you like them to know, please? Okay, all right, they want this one at the very top. What else? Okay, those two were there. Okay, that one over here. All right, and that's what they want. So they gave you 2 over here and 2 over here. All right, actually I feel like they want, they're like, don't cheat them out of these other cards. Yeah, there's one here, and okay, yeah, and one right there. Yep, okay. That feels exactly right. Okay, so let's get into all this information here for you. So let's start down here with this archetype, and you've got the mother. So you have the mother energy on this side, and regardless if you identify as masculine or feminine, we all have divine masculine and feminine energy within us, so just take this as you will with that. And it also has a light attribute and a shadow attribute with each of these. So the mother light energy is about nurturing, it's patience, it's unconditional love, joy, and giving birth to life. The shadow side is about smothering or abandoning children, instilling guilt in children for becoming independent. So that's very interesting there. We're also, they want me to pull this other one. And you've got the femme fatale. So very feminine energy here. And so I don't know if I showed you that long enough there, in case you want to see that. And it says the light attributes is highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. And the shadow side is inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money and power. So it kind of feels like this is that Gemini dual side, right? The very mothering, grounded energy of, the birth, the wife, like I said, the nurturer, and the femme fatale is more the sensual side. I almost feel like this is the singleness and this is the partnerish, and it's like those two sides that are coming in with that. And let's see what else is added to it with these power of surrender cards. Surrender comparisons with other people. And that one says, keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus on your own strengths, your attractiveness, and your power. And of course, there's another feminine energy there in that card. And green feathers and the green down here. And then you also have surrender the fear of change. And another feminine energy riding a white horse. And this one says, the universe is reminding you that you are cared for always, whether you're afraid of change in your job, your health, or a relationship, or if you fear aging or death. Repeat the affirmation, I have faith that all is well. So, yeah, definitely there's this duality. Go figure, again, Geminis. With this coming in, because it's like you have the two sides of your personality. Like you enjoy your independence, you enjoy expressing this sensuality, you enjoy being you and expressing you. And the mother side is you enjoy giving, you enjoy nurturing and helping others as well. So it's like you're learning this balance between the two that, sometimes it tilts in one direction or the other, and that's normal. But if it's always sitting where you have sacrificed yourself, then you have this energy out of balance within it. Because this is, don't compare yourself with other people. It's like, well, but if I'm not this giving, nurturing person, if I'm not mothering others and helping all these people, what will people think? Other people do this, I want to be looked at differently, right? And this fear of changing that, the balance, the fear of balancing it back where you're taking your needs and how you want to express yourself more seriously and giving it more weight in your life to bring that balance back out. So it's a beautiful message here for this understanding of, I almost feel like this is like what's called the Six of Pentacles energy, which is the balancing the giving and the receiving, the awareness of codependency, and how you can free yourself from that by balancing out, approaching your relationships as adult to adult instead of parent-child, instead of a mother, and child. Look at it as adult to adult instead. Then that's freedom that comes in with that. Let's see what this is like, the main tarot card here as we move into that. Well, it's not the Six of Pentacles, but it is the Queen of Pentacles, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. And so this is a wonderful reminder of the balance between the two. It's the new birth. I mean, this card pretty much represents like the Empress card, when it's showing the mother and the baby here. But there is this duality that comes with this card about the importance of nurturing yourself, being your own mother and mothering yourself, giving you that just overwhelming love that you're able to give and attention to detail. And I just see you paying attention and seeing what people are needing and sacrificing your needs for them over and over and over again. But this is a time for you to realize the importance that the most beautiful, perfect gift you can give the world is a whole, complete, fulfilled, full you, rather than you being this barrel that people plug into and they suck away your life force. You get to be this barrel that fills up, like this chalice that fills up, and once you're full, everyone else gets the overflow that flows out. And trust me, when they're plugged into the bottom of the barrel, getting all that stuff that's at the bottom, that is the sour, bitter water that they're getting, especially because chances are when you're over-giving to the point of exhaustion, you continue to give until you're resentful. And so it's bitter, sour waters they get. Whereas when you fill up and it overflows, it's a sweet nectar. It's so delicious. A drop of it is so much more worth it than gallons of the bitter, sour bottom of the barrel water that they were getting before. So they might get upset in the beginning when you cut off until you're full, but once they get that overflow, they will be like, oh my God, this is so worth it. We're going to jump over here because some of these show themselves already. And you got the Prince of Swords. Swords is your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, and the Prince is also the Knight of Swords. So all knights have their quests that they head off for. In this case, what the Knight of Swords or the Prince of Swords goes for is this Ace of Swords, because that Ace of Swords, what it allows you is like this Hanged Man. It allows you to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm. It allows you to see things from a higher perspective. It also allows you to cut away those small t truths of the human side, these comparisons that we were talking about, where our human ego, when it's ruled by those small t truths of fear, it's all about, it is this fear of, what will people think? I'm going to get rejected. There's this long list of things that have to happen in order for you to be considered worthy and lovable and acceptable. Well, this Ace of Swords allows you to connect to those higher truths that are rooted in unconditional love instead, and allows you to see things more clearly. It allows you to see this beautiful duality of Gemini. You are of course, masters of duality, of the twins of there's a dark twin and a light twin. There's the human experience of fear, and there's the higher experience of unconditional love of where we come from, right? Let's see what this middle one is here. Yeah, Hierophant, number 5. You're ready for a change. This is the change card, number 5. And this is about a change in your spiritual perspectives, your spiritual knowledge. So yeah, you definitely have new knowledge coming in. This could be new communication coming in too. but there's action in your thoughts, and you do make this movement to this higher place, seeing things from a higher perspective. So you are definitely having that. And then let's jump over here. And yep, High Priestess. So definitely beautiful water energy coming in here. This is connecting to your emotions, connecting to the higher realms. The High Priestess, she's able to withdraw into her temple and connect to the subconscious, the unconscious. You have the duality, again, coming up here with the black pillar and the white pillar, showing the contrast. She's able to go into the subconscious, connect to the higher realms, and understand that there are two of you. She's the number 2 card. That there are two of you that are living this human experience. You have your human side, and you have your higher spiritual side. So there is this beautiful spiritualness that's just flooding through here and flowing through here. And I feel like the connection to the spiritual realm, taking time to nurture yourself, understand who you really are, that's what transforms you. You know, connecting to that unconditional love of the higher realms. In fact, it mentions unconditional love here, and the higher attribute of the mother. It's realizing how loved you really are without condition, no conditions. It just takes one condition to make it conditional. No conditions. You are loved just because of who you are, and nothing you can do to lose it, nothing you can do to gain any more of it, because you have it all right here, right now. And I feel like this connection to the spiritual realm that's happening and being reflected in, you know, pretty much these 4 tarot is, and well, I guess this one too, because of the Ace of Swords, connecting to the capital T, truth of the higher realm. This is where you get this understanding that you are so full and complete just as yourself that it's important for you to be that Ace of Cups, to be that chalice, to fill up with that beautiful love and allow it to overflow out to people. But you fill up first. Yeah, and here's the Strength card. I thought this was kind of where they were headed with it. I'm going to come back to that one and with that story there. Okay, yeah. So I talked about the Empress, that this kind of represents the Empress. Well, here she is. Beautiful, beautiful Empress. And you can see her little belly. Her pregnant belly is sticking out of her shirt. New beginnings. This Mother Nature, Mother Nurture is just all over the place in here too. And it comes down to this Strength card, because this represents your higher self. This little maiden over here, she's the higher you. And the wolf here is usually like a lion, but in this case they have it with a wolf. But that represents our lower self, the one that fears, right? The one that is the shadow energy and has us have that, you know, lower experience. And the whole story that Spirit gave me with all this is that the wolf, little wolfie, he's not aware of the higher self in the beginning. He comes down to the earth and is hungry and thirsty, and he's told to look outside of himself for his wholeness and his completeness and for that which will take away his hunger and his thirst. And he's told to look in 3 places. One is relationships, whether that's romantic, family, friends, work, fur babies, feather babies, whatever it may be. Look to relationships for your wholeness and your completeness. Also look to situations and circumstances for your wholeness and completeness. That can be job, education, social status, whatever situation you can get yourself into. And then the third thing is things, our bodies, our possessions, our bank accounts. And so it's told, go out there and eat. And it's not aware of our higher self at all. So it goes, okay, here we go. And it heads off trying to feed on the outside things. But all those things are disappointing. They are empty because they're temporary and they're unstable. Relationships are unstable because people change or pass away. Situations are unstable because they never stay the same. And things and, you know, our bodies, bank accounts, all that are also unstable because things break down, deteriorate, they catch on fire, or are stolen. So it realizes it's not being fulfilled. It's getting even more hungry and more thirsty the more it eats of those things. And by the time it's going along and it feels like it's out there on its own, and it's getting desperate to where it gets to the point, like the lion in the regular one roars in the jungle, but this, wolf, little wolfie, he gets so desperate, he's howling at the moon for help. And our higher self is always in communication and aware of our little animalistic wolfie self. And so it comes down hearing it howl. It doesn't come down to kill the wolf and put it out of its misery, or to cage it to keep it safe, or to keep people safe from it, or doesn't try to manipulate it or control it like people do with lions with a whip and a chair or whatever, because it knows, our higher self knows, our little wolfie, what it's really hungering for, what it's really thirsting for, is the unconditional love from the other side. And it's not getting it in the conditional, loving external world. And so because our higher self is made of unconditional love, it can give our little wolfie self the love that it's looking for. It's very convenient. So our higher self hugs and gives our little wolfie all this love, and it transforms into this howling, growling wolf, into this little baby wolf cub sitting in the lap of our higher self, feeling whole and complete for the first time in its life. And it's not like Superman, after our higher self comes down and brings it what it needs. It doesn't fly off into the sunset or whatever, because now that the wolf is aware of the higher self, now they'll never not be separated. They'll never be separated. I think I did a double negative there. They will never be separated again. And the wolf can walk paw in hand with the higher self through the journey going through. So this awareness, it's so much about connecting to the higher self here, and about taking time to nurture yourself, and nurturing yourself by connecting to this powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being that you are, which helps connect you to that entire posse of support you have on the other side. You get to experience the unconditional love from the Creator, from Spirit, from your higher self, but also from your guardian angel, your angels, your spirit guides, your loved ones who have already gone back to the other side, your ancestors, just a whole slew of beings of unconditional love and light that love you so much, and they're always with you. And it's like, that is how you can mother yourself or nurture yourself, is by allowing yourself to feel that unconditional love and allow it to fill you up and then overflow out to the world. And it's going to be a life-changing experience for you if you so choose to go on this little excursion. Because like we said, Saturn's the old wise man of the zodiac and of the, of our solar system. It brings you these awarenesses and these challenges for you. It shows you this is an opportunity. And if you do go into this and reflect upon this during this period of time from June 4th to October 23rd, thereafter you will get the reward for doing that. And so definitely a beautiful, beautiful, exciting adventure ahead of you, and I'm so excited for you. I hope this helped for this week and as you go through this Saturn retrograde. And if you are looking for even more messages of love from above, in addition to these weekly energy updates that I do, I also put out a monthly reading for each zodiac sign and a few other types of videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and be updated immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up and click the like button, also click the subscribe button, and that gives you access to the notification bell. And when you go in there, if you select the all option, then you'll be notified of any new videos that come out on this channel. Also, doing those things helps spread the love, and also helps my channel grow in a significant way. Because when you like a video or you share a video, comment on a video, and especially subscribe to the channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so giddy and wants to share the videos of this channel with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, I am, of course, very, very grateful for that. Also, these are general readings, and if you're looking for even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box below. All right, all you beautiful Geminis, just know that as you're going through this amazing journey here, every second of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing week. I'll be talking to you very soon. In the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.